Good morning. My name is Elsa Costanza Pinto. I'm a student at UNAD and I'm studying to be an English teacher. So I'm doing my English degree. Today I'm going to do my presentation on material design. 4 questions are going to be answered through our presentation. The first question is, what is the conception of material development decades ago? Question number 2, what does the development of materials demand from teachers? We have to give at least 6 demands and explain them. What are the components of creating and adapting didactic learning materials? And the last question is, what is the role of a teacher while designing or adapting material? I found this quotation and I'm going to share this with you. This is a quote, words full of wisdom that some important said, I can make the reader feel inspired. Creative teacher. Okay, we're going to answer question number 1. What was the conception of materials development decades ago? Many decades ago, material development was merely the production of accompanying a wide range of learning resources to illustrate methods. However, things had changed because of the awareness of 2 issues from teachers. The first one is the huge production of interest and different methodologies and materials used for teaching. And the second, the importance of including students. Voices to update teaching materials in terms of why learners would like to learn and how they want to learn. In this point, I'm going to talk about TICs. Now with the online learning, we have to adapt games, version of exercises online, and all that have been included. So we have to be adapt. Now, got to be more creative. Question number 2. What does the development material demand from teachers? We have to give 6 demands. The first demand, teachers should form to facilitate student learning process. This should be only a main objective because the learning process should be smooth. The students have to enjoy the learning process and have to be comfortable with them. The second one is to see a student as a single and holistic individual. The student should be respected and seen as an individual person with their particular abilities and limitations. So that's why we have to improve their limitations, and strengthen their abilities. That should be the task of the main job of a teacher. Number 3, be ready to innovate. That's something I said in the first question. Now with the tips and the innovation of new technologies, education is constantly evolving, and it's crucial for educator, to innovate and change materials and go with the time, start changing and moving through. The fourth demand, we have to be willing to take teaching decisions. What that it means? That we have to know when to select, when to implement, and how to implement the materials, which have the or adapt material for all students. So that requires the teacher should know a lot about their students, about the student needs, preference, and abilities. Now we go with the demand number 6. We have to be willing to teach with a laugh. Teachers should be enjoy, show that we really enjoy teaching. We have to always show a smile. So students have to be confident asking you questions if they don't understand something. They also have to be sure that if they have any doubt, we're going to be the first persons to know about it. And the 6th demand, we have to be willing to increase similarities and less difference. Even though we have different students with different abilities and different intelligence, some of our students might be visual, kinesthetic, etc. All the material have to be able to reach all of them, so we have to be aware that we have different students with different needs. I'm going to be giving answer number 3. What are the components of creating and adapting didactic material? The first, we have to be aware of the needs of a student. What does that mean? The teacher more frequently make decisions about the strategy and about the influence of the school or the institution environment. But now we have to center of the students. What do we need to teach? And depending on what do we need and what is our goal, we have to be selecting of material. The second component is setting of goals. Are we going to be teaching vocabulary, grammatical structure? What are going to be teaching? Depending of our objective or goal or teaching goal, all the material should lead to do so. Number 3, conceptualism content, designing syllabus. No matter if they are in primary, secondary, middle high, even at university, students should be aware of what are they gonna learn, the intention of the class, the destination of those materials, and what are we expecting from them, Okay, so we're gonna learn simple present and we're expected to talk about routine, So they're gonna be the syllables, aware of the syllable. Now that we know our objective, we know what are we gonna learn, we need to select, we're going to develop our materials. Okay, what materials are going to be chosen for the introduction, for the warm-up activities, for the development of the class, and for the closing activities. Number 5, we have to organize the content, of course. Different are the materials used for a warming activity, exercises for our development, and maybe a quiz or evaluation for the closing. So that depending of the step, of the class, we have to use a very specific kind of material. And the last one is the evaluation. This suggests that the teacher will have to be keep a track how much the student have learned, how much the student comprehend the topic, or otherwise we need to go over and review the topic. Question number 4. In your opinion, what is the principal role of the teacher when designing language learning materials? In my opinion, teacher's role during the process of designing language learning material is crucial. Because through the entire process, the selection, the adaptation, the timing of that implementation, is the teacher who's going to be designing through that. So a careful selection, adaptation of the material, following of the strict and sequences process guarantee the success of this process. And to finish, I'm going to show you a picture that worth 1,000 words. The result of careful material design and selection is this: having happy students. Thanks for your attention. Bye.